So to my American viewers, it's the 4th of July. I'm recording this on the 4th of July. You're probably seeing this afterwards, but given that I'm from the Midwest, it pretty much just means that the 2 weeks before the 4th of July is for fireworks and the 2 weeks afterwards is also for fireworks. In fact, some random time in October, it is also the 4th of July here in the Midwest and there will be fireworks. So really, there is no late time for me to be making this video. Firework displays, no matter where you're from, what you're celebrating, are always really cool to be able to see and take a look at because they're just always so colorful and really draw the attention. But how exactly do these displays even come about? How do they get designed? Well, to even get into that topic, we have to understand how a firework works. Before we get started, make sure to check out my website. That is linked down in the description. That's where you can pretty much see anything about me. It's all my work in design up to this point. I also have photography and content work on there. All of it is there. You can check it out. I'm obviously using it a lot as my portfolio to find work in the design industry, but it is open to the public to see, and like I said, it has my content on there, so it's open to all of you as well. First thing that needs to be understood is the anatomy of a firework. The first thing you have is the mortar. It's the tall cylinder that holds the shell until it's launched. Then, of course, you have the shell. It usually is in the form of like a paper sphere or cylinder. This shell is filled with stars designed to produce a specific effect in the sky. The lift charge is located at the bottom of the shell. It's the charge that's made from black powder. When ignited, it launches the shell out of the mortar and into the sky. The black powder was first invented in China about 1,000 years ago, around anywhere from 600 to 900 AD. Chinese alchemists mixed potassium nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal to create a fine flaky black powder, the first gunpowder. You have the timed fuse. The fuse activates the burst charge within the firework. The burst charge is at the center of the shell. It ignites the stars within the firework to actually create the design in the air. The stars are these small powdery pellets made of chemicals, usually metal salts. They're what create the sound and lighting and the overall design of each firework. Now, the time fuse is what's inside the shell. That's what launches off the stars at different rates. Then there's the normal fuse, the one that you usually light. That's the one that launches the shell up into the air. Okay, so we know the basic anatomy of a firework, but how do they make different colors, for example? That comes down to the metal salts used to make each star. Now, the stars, that's what they're called. They're not always star-shaped, but we'll get to that in a second. To create the different colors, you have to use different metals. Each metal burns at a different color. If you want to create red, you use strontium. Orange is calcium, yellow is sodium, green is barium, blue is copper. Strontium and copper create purple, red, blue, duh. Magnesium, aluminum, and titanium create white. All right, colors are down. We got that part. So how do you create different shaped fireworks? That all comes down to how exactly the stars are laid out inside on the cardboard that's in the shell. The vast majority of fireworks are star-shaped. It's just a lot easier to produce. The way that they're laid out means that when they're launched, they're going to explode and shoot out in the exact same shape. In fact, people have made smiley face fireworks. Quite literally, you just set the stars up inside as a smiley face and it should explode as a smiley face. Now, the funny thing is about the design of fireworks is that, take the smiley face for an example real quick. If you're looking at a smiley face, it's usually a flat 2D surface. You have to look at it from either the front or the back to be able to get the full effect of the smiley face. So what do pyrotechnics do so that you can see it from other angles? If the smiley face exploded facing north-south, then if you are north or south of the firework, you will see the smiley face. But if you're east or west of it, all you see in the sky is this really big bright line. Like, I came here to see a smiley face and now I'm sad facing. To solve this issue, some pyrotechnics have actually aligned another smiley face pattern inside that when one explodes in one direction, the other one should explode in the other. A lot of firework displays are actually designed so that they can be viewed specifically from one viewing point. For example, if there's a firework display in Chicago, downtown, that is launched from out in Lake Michigan, there's no one behind them. Unless some really crazy whack job decided to get on his yacht and go behind the guys launching the fireworks. So usually displays like that are designed so that they can be best viewed from the shoreline. A great example of a place where that's not done though, and where firework displays are mostly done to try to be enjoyed from any angle or any place you're watching from, is Japan. Japanese firework displays are designed absolutely crazily. In fact, they actually had a firework display a while back where they blew up a bunch of fireworks at once that were supposed to give off the effect of falling cherry blossoms. And this really goes to show, the thing with fireworks is that it's not always about the design of each shaped firework, but the way that firework design usually comes down to is the entire display. One single firework is cool. You blew it up, it looked colorful. Is that it? Most people go to watch a big extravagant display, so the design comes down to how can you make all these fireworks look really awesome together. And a lot of countries put on like crazy shows, either for holidays, Independence Days, whatever it be. A lot of cities around the US put on crazy shows for the 4th of July. A lot of places in the Middle East, especially the UAE, decide to throw off crazy fireworks shows, especially off the Burj Khalifa. But one country that actually puts on quite the display that looks pretty nice is France. The display is for Bastille Day, which commemorates the storming of the Bastille prison in Paris on July 14th of 1789. Seeing this display with fireworks wrapping around and just launching off the Eiffel Tower and just seeing this magnificent monument bathed in colorful light is just such an awesome designed display. The pyrotechnics is insane. And a lot of people would argue that a lot of pyrotechnicians are scientists more than anything because it's a lot of chemistry and stuff. But you can definitely give them a role as designers because at the end of the day, you need to have a creative mind to be able to put all that together in a very beautiful, colorful, and well-designed fashion. You almost need to see the world in an artistic display to be able to do this. Seeing the display that Paris puts on for Bastille Day is crazy. The only problem, of course, is that it is in France. The country where the people are the human equivalent of wasps and their flag is a giant white bedsheet. One firework display that, looking into this, I thought was really cool, was actually pulled off by an artist called Kakuo Chang. This happened back in 2002 over the East River in New York City. It was a really large display that composed of about 1,000 3-inch multicolored peony fireworks. It spanned about 200 meters, and it was commissioned by the Museum of Modern Art in New York. This giant display was known as the Transient Rainbow. It happened within the span of about a minute, in which each firework was fitted with a computer chip to launch at a certain time to create this large arch of color and smoke. The whole event was actually used to commemorate the opening of the Museum of Modern Art's branch in Queens, New York. But it was a fascinating display and just really goes to show how much creative thought needs to go into creating an absolutely extravagant display. So on this 4th of July, go and enjoy the fireworks, go and enjoy yourselves, spend time with family, and really just take in the breathtaking nature of the firework displays that you see. But before you do all that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, follow me on all my social medias. All those links are down in the description. And I hope that wherever you guys are, whenever you guys are watching today's video, you have a great, wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.